Have you ever wondered why nations spend billions to host a sporting event that lasts only a few weeks? Think about it. Millions of fans fill stadiums. Billions watch from home. Brands spend fortunes on advertising. Governments invest massive amounts into infrastructure. And somehow, everyone claims it's worth it. But here's the question nobody asks. If the World Cup is really about soccer, why does so much money change hands behind the scenes? As World Cup 2026 unfolds across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, we're witnessing far more than a tournament. We're witnessing a global demonstration of something much bigger. Money, wealth, and power. Three words that most people treat as if they mean the same thing, but they don't. In fact, confusing them may be one of the biggest financial mistakes people make. Tonight, we'll uncover why some people have money but no wealth, why others have wealth but little power, and why the most powerful people on earth often care about neither cash nor trophies. Because once you understand the difference between money, wealth, and power, you'll never look at the World Cup or the economy the same way again. When most people think about success, they think about money. The same thing happens during the World Cup. Headlines celebrate billion-dollar sponsorships. Television networks fight over broadcasting rights. Ticket sales generate enormous revenue. Hotels fill up. Restaurants overflow. Entire cities experience economic booms. Everywhere you look, money appears to be the star of the show. But money is merely a tool. It is a scoreboard, a measuring stick. During the tournament, billions of dollars move through the economy. Yet very few people stop to ask what those dollars actually represent. Imagine a fan spending $500 to attend a match. The money itself has no value unless it can be exchanged for something meaningful. The real value comes from the stadium. The event, the experience, the transportation, the food, and the labor of thousands of people making the event possible. Money is simply the claim ticket. Throughout history, people who chased money alone often discovered a painful truth. Money can disappear. Inflation can reduce its purchasing power. Markets can crash. Governments can print more of it. This is why many lottery winners eventually lose their fortunes. They acquire money without understanding the difference between possessing currency and owning real value. During World Cup 2026, billions of dollars will flow through the American economy. But the people who become truly wealthy are often not the ones holding the cash. They're the ones who own the assets generating it. Now let's talk about wealth. Wealth is not money sitting in a bank account. Wealth is ownership. It's the hotels filled with visitors, the restaurants serving tourists, the transportation systems moving fans, the media companies broadcasting matches worldwide. While spectators spend money, owners collect it. This distinction changes everything. Consider the World Cup. Most fans leave with memories. Some leave with souvenirs. But the owners of stadiums, media rights, real estate, and infrastructure leave with something far more valuable. They leave with assets that continue generating income long after the final whistle. This is why wealth compounds. Money is temporary. Wealth is productive. During every major economic event, from the Olympics to the Super Bowl to the World Cup, Wealth quietly grows in the hands of those who own productive resources. The same principle applies to everyday life. A person earning a high salary may have plenty of money, but a person who owns businesses, investments, and cash-flowing assets possesses wealth. That's why some individuals continue getting richer regardless of economic conditions. They don't rely on money. They own the systems producing it. And when World Cup 2026 injects billions into local economies, the greatest rewards won't flow to the average fan. They'll flow to the people who own the underlying infrastructure that makes the event possible. If money is the scoreboard and wealth is ownership, then power is the ability to influence outcomes. And this is where things become fascinating. The World Cup isn't just a sporting event, it's a geopolitical event. Governments participate, corporations negotiate, global brands compete for attention. Entire cities reposition themselves on the world stage. Why? Because visibility creates influence. Influence creates opportunities. And opportunities create power. Consider the largest sponsors of World Cup 2026. Their goal isn't simply immediate profits. Their goal is global reach. They want billions of people associating their brands with excitement, prestige, and trust. That's power. The same principle exists in finance. The most powerful people often don't need more money. They already possess enough wealth. What they seek is influence, the ability to shape markets, direct capital, influence public opinion, guide policy. Throughout history, power has consistently outlived money. Empires have collapsed. Currencies have disappeared. Yet influential institutions have survived for generations. This is why understanding power is essential. Many people spend their lives chasing money. Some graduate to building wealth, but very few understand that power sits at the top of the pyramid. During World Cup 2026, while fans focus on goals and trophies, some of the world's most influential organizations are focused on something far more valuable: attention. Here's where everything comes together. Most people spend their lives pursuing money. They work harder, earn raises, save more. Yet they often remain trapped financially because they're playing only the first level of the game. Wealth requires ownership. Power requires influence. The World Cup provides a perfect example. Millions participate. Millions spend money. Millions consume content. But only a small group owns the assets, controls the distribution channels, or shapes the narrative. This pattern exists throughout the economy. Consumers focus on spending. Investors focus on ownership. Institutions focus on influence. Each level creates dramatically different outcomes. The average person sees a packed stadium and thinks about ticket prices. An investor sees revenue streams. A powerful institution sees an opportunity to shape perception across continents. Understanding this hierarchy changes the way you view finance forever. Money can buy things. Wealth can buy freedom. Power can shape the future. And the people who understand all three are often the ones who end up defining the rules everyone else follows. The lesson isn't that money is unimportant. The lesson is that money is only the beginning. Wealth is what money becomes when it is invested productively. Power is what wealth becomes when it gains influence. And once you see this pattern, you start noticing it everywhere. But there's one question we haven't answered. If money creates wealth, and wealth creates power, then who controls the creation of money itself? Because throughout history, the greatest fortunes weren't built by earning money. They were built by standing closest to where money enters the system. Banks, governments, financial institutions, and now, something new is emerging. A financial technology that could transform how money is created, tracked, spent, and controlled forever. Some call it innovation. Others call it the biggest shift in financial power in modern history. And as World Cup 2026 captures the world's attention, a different game is quietly unfolding behind the scenes, one that could affect every dollar you earn. In the next episode of Quiet Debt, the future of money, who will control the digital dollar? Because the biggest financial battle of the next decade may not happen on Wall Street. It may happen inside your wallet.